Well, hello everyone. Thank you for coming to my presentation today about Pixera, our media server at AV Stumpfel. My name is Conor McGill. I'm the director of Pixera USA and have been happily working with Brompton over the last several years across many market domains, but specifically want to highlight virtual production today and some of the incredible IC VFX or in-camera VFX LED volume stages that we've built together all around the world. Before we get into that, I will just give a little bit of background on our company. AV Stumpfel has been around the AV industry for 50 years. It started in 1975 in Wallern, which is a small town in rural Austria. Reinhold Stumpfel here started tinkering with Leica slide projectors to improve the quality of the projected image, and the company has evolved to offer many, many products, but all with that same spirit of enhancing the presentation of visual imagery in live environments. Today, the company employs over 130 people. We have offices in London, Atlanta, now Los Angeles, and then our headquarters in Austria. Pixera, which is the product I want to highlight today, is our media server. It is a platform for managing lots of pixels in a live environment. So if you are dealing with a big airport digital sign or a projection map room or an XR stage or a virtual production stage, and you need to easily be able to manipulate high fidelity video content, real-time rendered pixels, be able to move those things around, add effects, cue things, manage timelines, that's really what our software is made for. And our team is actively involved in trying to push the boundaries of what's possible for our customers. So we have creative technologists, technical solution specialists. Our software developers get involved with our customers. The virtual production industry is a perfect example of that. When we entered the pandemic, there was a lot of uncertainty about the future of our product and our business, just like everyone. And we were very lucky to be contacted early on by companies like Lux Machina, who made The Mandalorian, Fuse Technical Group, Nant Stages, RE, and many others. And in a similar spirit to Brompton, we went down this path of figuring out all of the color problems attendant to the hell that breaks loose when you point a camera at an LED screen, and providing a useful set of tools for filmmakers, for DITs, for cinematographers, to be able to achieve the creative outcomes that they wanted to using this new technology. So outside of virtual production, we're also heavily involved with fixed install. We do a lot of corporate headquarters, fancy LED screens and lobbies. We do a lot of themed entertainment, so immersive venues, museums. In the film and broadcast space, of course, there's the in-camera VFX, big curved LED volume stages that we do a lot of, but we also do XR stages, live broadcast, and some kind of corporate broadcast projects, one of which I'll feature later. That is a Brompton project as well. And then, of course, there's live events. We do corporate shows and concert touring all over the world. This is our hardware lineup. We offer 4 servers. They're on display over at our booth, W2556. The Mini is a small form factor playback device. The 1 and the 2 are 1U and 2U servers that can render video, multi-layers, and do some pretty heavy-duty show control as well. The Pixera 4 is the server that we typically sell into the virtual production market. It has a RTX 6000 ADA graphics card, an AMD CPU. It's suitable for the highest fidelity video codecs and all the real-time rendering that you can throw at it. And then our new software just came out with some advanced color tools, as well as multi-user, so you can have multiple people interacting with the system at any given time, just like a video game. But the stakes are much higher. The live backup system allows you to have a 1-to-N redundant system architecture. So if one server goes out, you don't need one server for that. You only need one server for any server that could go out. And then, of course, the color features were not highlighted, but we do have an advanced set of color workflows that are part of 2.0 as well. Our newest hardware edition is the RTX 6000 ADA. The Notch Mark is a benchmark score developed by Notch, which is one of the real-time post-processing content authoring tools. And we are currently at the top of the list So the highest performance metric of any available media server. One technology that I want to discuss briefly is ST2110. It's on the lips of many people here at the show. We're very excited about what ST2110 is going to do for our customers. In addition to all of the economies of scale and the unification of the network, traditional IP networks and video and audio and lighting, signal distribution, there's also a very exciting side effect, or I would say ramification for rendering. So in the past, the size of your rendering cluster or the number of servers that you would need to address an LED wall would scale linearly with the size of the wall. So if you have a wall of X size, you need X number of servers. If you had a wall of 2X size, you need 2X number of servers. But with ST2110, it breaks that paradigm. And in fact, I think there's a future where some media servers don't even have GPUs in the conventional sense anymore, or DisplayPort outputs. They're purely for rendering pixels. And when you look at a network where you have a director with as many render nodes as you need, now you have two separate clusters. You have a cluster that's doing your expensive rendering, high fidelity video codecs, processing Notch, Unreal, Unity, real-time particle effects, applying shaders, applying warps, applying color tools. And then you have your kind of low-cost compositing source, which again could be a server or it could be a Brompton processor. And then you have the last mile, which is the display endpoint. And what this allows you to do is, if you have a really, really large LED pixel space, but you don't need to render very complex scenery or very high fidelity video, you can have a small number of a small number of expensive servers and a large number of compositing servers. Case study. So one of the markets that we're really excited about is corporate XR. Corporate XR is the application of some of these virtual production techniques inside of a corporate setting. So this is our partner Randstad in Amsterdam. Their event space is kitted out with an LED wall, an LED floor, and projection mapped walls. It can be used for, as pictured, a presentation or a panel discussion. You can also take over the room and dim the lights, and it can become an immersive space. When the company wants to move into kind of broadcast mode, they remove the chairs, the lighting changes, they bring in tracked cameras, and they're able to achieve set extension. So here you see two people standing on that stage, but the camera feed is being composited with an Unreal scene, and they are now in a virtual environment which can be broadcast out to their company or to their customers. This is a picture of the control room, which I always highlight because if you have ever seen Pixera, the software interface, you'll notice it's not on any of those screens. And that's because we were able to program a custom control interface for the customer that didn't require them to learn the Pixera software at all. All they had to do was learn how to use that touchscreen in front of them to switch between scenes, to change lighting presets, to do color adjustments, to advance slides or cues in the presentation. And in that way, we've abstracted away all of the complex and potentially problematic controls that would allow them to break the system, and just presented them with the tools that they need, and the type of users that they can tap for this control job don't have to be as technical, don't have to be as specialized. So now we get into the fun stuff, which we've done the bulk of our work in film and TV with Brompton on these really large LED volume stages. As a background, in-camera VFX has been around quite a while. I'm sure all of you have heard the spiel 1,000 times, but just to set the stage, using LED screens of higher resolution to simulate lighting and to simulate backgrounds on a conventional soundstage with practical settings has become really popular in the last couple of years. And that is because you can achieve results similar to on-set production, but do it live and in camera, in a controlled environment, in a soundstage. What Pixera was really well positioned to do as this new technology took off was to do the synchronized, distributed rendering, stable, reliable rendering of video plates on these large LED screens. Our company started in the German car show industry, handling really large LED screens. If you think there's a lot of LED at this show, go to a German car show. I mean, every booth has just insane amounts of LED, and they all wanted to do, you know, uncompressed 444 12-bit color many years ago, and that's where Pixera really became the product it is today, with the render engine being able to handle those uncompressed image sequences and those high fidelity video codecs. And if you look fast forward to today, these virtual production stages, they're doing the same thing. They want to present really high quality frames, and they don't want any tearing, and they want to have control over the position of those video plates, the color, and really be able to trust that the take isn't going to be ruined because the background imagery is glitchy or unsynchronized. This is Poor Things. So Poor Things was shot at a soundstage in Budapest. I don't know if it was a Brompton, but could have been, most likely. But this was using Pixera, and it did win an Oscar for set design. We also have a stage in Melbourne with Nant. We have a stage in Atlanta with Lux Machina. We have a stage in Culver City with Amazon Studios, and all of these utilize Pixera on a day-to-day basis for narrative work, for commercial work, long form, you know, film and TV. And some other markets we touch, we do a lot of airports. We do a lot of large screens in public spaces, museums, cultural centers, transportation hubs, immersive venues like the Mythos Mozart exhibit in Vienna, Austria. Yeah, that's it for my presentation. If you have any questions, I'll hang around here for the next couple minutes, but I do encourage you to come check us out just right over there. You can't miss us. We have a big Jenga-looking wood tower.